going on, Jerome's? We're running with the shadows of the night. So it's a beautiful Monday. Time for another 7-round Vikings mock draft. Now, I know we sort of ignored the trenches, especially the D-line yesterday. We'll rectify. Maybe. We'll see. But this is not the rules here. So our scenario, Darnold just leaves the free agency, no tag and trade. Daniel Jones is back. Beasley leaves, Reisner and Murph leave. Harrison is back. Woo! One last ride. Gilly retires, Bradbury remains. Re-sign Aaron Jones, Cam Akers, but you should still definitely take part of the running back class. Jumping James Daniels, Jonah Jackson, both of them can play center as well. Jackson's going to get cut by the Rams. Levi Onwuzurike coming in from the Lions. Pure pass rusher. The former pride of Washington can get after things. Also should be a value in free agency. Javon Hargrave, who is going to be cut by the 49ers. Also pure pass rush, getting after things. DJ Reed, 1-for-1 replacement for Murph, as well as got Mike Hilton working the slot. So kind of happy with how things worked out. And the Vikings. So Daniels, Jackson, Onwuzurike, Hargrave are all not going to be breaking the bank. Probably going to, all of them probably going to be below $10 million a year. So I think it's a spot where, Kwesi, sort of like last year. I mean, the Vikings went value shopping. That's what they did this year as well. So getting into the draft, enhance. All right, so it looks like Hunter at 1. Let's see what the hell happened here. So Hunter at 1, Cam Ward 2, Tet to the Giants at 3. I don't know if the Giants pass up quarterback unless they're all in on the Aaron Rodgers and Devontae Adams thing, which would just be so stupid. Mason Graham goes to the Patriots. I love it. That's their new Richard Seymour. Campbell goes to the Jaguars. First they buy the Haas, then they buy the insurance. Although I guess they'll have Campbell play right tackle since they got Wheeler Walker Little Jr. at left tackle, who they extended. Jahdae Barron goes to the Raiders. I kind of like that. Abdul Qadir. Although, passing up on Shador, I don't know. Carter goes to the Jets, where, man, that's kind of low. Genty goes to the Panthers. Although, I mean, they just extended the running back, and I understand that Brooks is probably going to. Brooks is going to miss all of 2025, isn't he? Which really sucks, man. LB3 to the Saints. Tyler Warren goes to the Bears. I don't know. They got 75 tight ends anyway. But they missed out on Genty. No offensive line. Kenneth Grant goes to the 49ers. Kind of sucks, but I love it. Yeah, Mike Green goes to the Cowboys. Probably 1-for-1 replacing Micah once he leaves. Pierce to the Dolphins. It's kind of high. But, Will Johnson falls all the way to the Colts. I mean, Will Johnson is certain. If he starts falling this far, the Vikings don't have draft picks, but think about it. Starks to the Falcons. Ooh, I like Starks and Jesse Bates. Simmons, Hadi, Egbuka. Egbuka reunited with JSN, Ohio State connection out in the Pacific Northwest. Columbus Northwest. Mikael Williams, Nolan. The Lieber. Shador Sanders falls all the way to the Steelers. Wow. Kelvin Banks, thanks. I guess they're going to play him at guard. Yeah, because are you gonna reduce Slater into guard right before you have to pay him? I don't know. We got Jumpin' Joe Wall at the Pride of Minnesota also there too. Golden, another wide receiver 3 to the Packers. There you go. Vikings on the clock at 24. We got one trade offer. Colts 45. No, don't want to drop down that far. But Derek Harmon is there. Membu is there. Hampton is racked up and stacked up there. Shamar Stewart, the physical freak, is also there. Zabel. Scorton, Darius Alexander, Connerly. I feel like Connerly isn't going to kick inside like most. Colson Loveland is there. TJ Sanders really getting slept on. Tyreek Williams, dead to me. Stomping on the J.J. McCarthy jersey. Get out of here. Amos. Harrison's probably going to be the first-round conversation. Ravel should be in there too. Booker. People poo-pooing on Booker, but his poor testing doesn't sync up with the film. Like, he's perfectly fine. So, I don't know, man. But here, Harmon makes a ton of sense. Do you just pick Harmon and just, set it and forget it? I was going in because we wanted to try something a little bit different because Membu is going to be a freak. I love Membu in terms of, yes, he should have a chance to start at tackle, but specifically if he goes to the Vikings, he'll kick inside the guard, right? Stewart, I don't know. I know that everyone's saying his numbers are similar to Myles Garrett. Production isn't there, but I know bet on traits. But Hampton is there. Jelon Walker, I know, was able. I don't know. There's a lot of options here. I mean, we could just take Derek Harmon. Do we take what's the trade offer? Colts drop down. Well, if they want us to drop 20 spots, it's going to take everything. So basically, they just want all of that. Future 2, future 3. Do we do that and just have fun with things? Have fun with life? No, we better not. All right, so Derek Harmon, welcome on in. Again, I know it's sort of boring boilerplate, but it sounded very Asian. Boilerplate, but Harmon, 6'5", 313, anchor, hands, 5 sacks, 15.9% pressure rate, led the nation for defensive tackles. Like, he's really, really freaking good. Like, he's going to be, Kevin Williams adjacent, and I'm mad at that at all right now. So Jared Wilson, I think Jared Wilson, given his combine, has played himself into the top of the second round conversation. DJ Giddens, go DJ. Yeah, that's my DJ. I don't know why people don't like DJ. I'm fully in on DJ Giddens. Ratledge is there. Parrish, the other Kansas State corner, is there. Milroe, Makuba. I mean, a lot of options. And Will Howard did not have himself a good weekend. CJ West, come on, man. Got a couple trade offers, 3. All right, so the Browns at 103, so dropping 6 spots. Jets at 109. All right, so let's see what the Browns wants to do. What can Browns do for me? 97. All right, so what is the cost of 6 spots? All right, so I want 165. I want 180. Or how about 193 instead? So 47% chance. Enhance. There we go. Andrew Berry, Kwesi's mentor. For that, we thank you. All right, so who went? All right, so Jared Wilson, Gabe Murphy, Dylan Gabriel, Fannin. I kind of like Fannin with the Rams. That's good. Rucker, Will Howard goes to Titans. The Vikings on the clock. So Giddens, Tate Ratledge are there. So I feel like the drop-off from Ratledge to other guards versus the drop-off of Giddens to other running backs, as it's a lot more stark for guards. So we are going to take Tate Ratledge in this spot. He's 6'6", 320, a 3-year starter at Georgia, right tackle. He's a guy that gets after it. Like, he is a set it and forget it, plop him in at right guard, and he'll be good to go for 8 years. Like, I love it, man. So 18 pressures, 2 sacks allowed in 3 seasons, which is good. It's pretty damn good. And also, I mean, Georgia's got some dogs, pun intended, on that tier offensive line. Jared Wilson didn't start until last year, his senior season. All right, so, Brashard Smith is there. I mean, we got picks now, so we can just have some fun, baby. Barrow, Etienne. All right, so Brashard Smith, he's going to be interesting because he did test in some of the wide receiver drills as well, did fine. But formerly Miami, SMU last year, 5'10", $196, slippery, quick, wide receiver, running back, return man, 13.26 rushing yards last year, 14 touchdowns, 5.7 yards per carry, 41 catches. I think that he's not Percy per se, but I think that he could be fun. Like a bit of a scat back, bit of a extra wrinkle that you could toss in the Kevin O'Connell system. Now, yeah, we do want to draft a more traditional running back a little bit later on, but Brashard Smith in this spot, I mean, that's a lot of fun, man. Etienne is there. Actually, let's look to see who is there for running back. Monangai, Tootin. I mean, Tootin and Brashard Smith. So Tootin is, like, he packs a punch. Like, I mean, he's 209, right? So I think that he certainly could be in that mix, 5'11", 209. And, we said before he's like H-hand adjacent, but no, he's way more muscular. Yeah, Jordan James there, Taj, Ollie, LaQuint Allen, Woody, Montrell, Heem. He is Heem indeed. All right, so we want to get Tootin. Do we just take him now? I mean, we got a couple other draft picks. So the Chargers want to come up. They're coming up. 170. All right, so we get 215 for moving down. No, that's a lot of spots, man. 8% chance, screw y'all. Oh, they took it. There you go. Resume and enhance. All right, so we're still on the clock. And yeah, Tootin is there. We just take him because we got 3 other picks to go other directions. But, well, actually, Ollie Gordon is there. Like, do we want the true, like, thunder and lightning combination? Because, I mean, Ollie Gordon, I don't know, man. I don't know. Because Tootin and Smith would be lightning and lightning, which would be fantastic. Ollie Gordon, 6'1", 233. I mean, just power for days. I kind of want that. So we could actually wait on Ollie for the next pick in all likelihood. We're giving up on Tootin. Well, Tootin fumbles the rock all the time, so maybe it's a blessing in disguise here. Now, looking around here, Monheim is there chilling. I'm not thrilled about Burke. Stutzman is a stud, 2-time All-American linebacker. I feel like we'll just take him. Like, at minimum, like future special teams captain, but a plus off-ball backup for Pace and Cashman, and just go from there. Basically, a 1-for-1 replacement for Asuma, who also ironically went to Oklahoma, which sort of fits. All right, Timmy Smith, Brady Cook, Brosmer is there. I want to touch on the defensive line again. You know what I mean? All right, so Zeke, Cameron, Ty Robinson, Tonka, Thor. Man, I got some dudes here. Like, all right, so I'm gonna get Cameron Jackson. I could probably get him with the 3rd pick. And if that doesn't work out, I'll just take Tim Robinson. But all right, so I'm not like enamored with Burke. You know what I mean? Jalen Smith, Tommy Hill. Not really enamored with any of the cornerbacks that are left, but that's sort of what happens. Let's check out the receivers. All right, Ty Felton, Chisholm is our guy. Dante Thornton just completely ripped things up. You know, screw it. I'm going to get my guys. That's what we're going to do at this stage. Do we take McCord, Brosmer? Shuck's going to be gone. Will Rogers. All right, here's what we're going to do. So we're going to take Kyle McCord, which, again, the history with J.J. McCarthy is funny. So Kyle McCord, who has been comped to Kirk Cousins, which I think is hilarious. So we got that there. And I know that people are going to be mad. It's like, well, you're not drafting a cornerback. But lost Murph, got DJ Reed, brought in Mike Hilton, Mekhi Blackman, Newton McLaughlin. We'll be fine. We'll be good to go. Also, with a prodigious pass rush, those corners just magically get better and better. Defensive interior, Cameron Jackson. He's a superstar. 6'6", 339, run stuffer. Has upside as a pass rusher as well. 37 tackles, 2 sacks, 4 tackles for loss. Just an absolute freak show. Good size athlete, so bring him on in. Cameron Jackson, let's go. Checking those boxes. And I know, like, combine numbers, but, lastly, so we were just getting our guys. Speaking of combine numbers, wide receivers freaks in the streets. Married a wide receiver. So, Dante Thornton Jr., Oregon and Tennessee, 6'5", 205, freak show. A 4.3 40, and 26 catches, 661 yards receiving, 6 touchdowns, 25.4 yards per catch. Insane. Now, you have to take everything offensively at Tennessee with a massive grain of salt. Like Heupel's offense, it's like the Paul Westhead system, right? And you do wonder what's scalable to the NFL, what isn't. But Thornton, well, the knock against Thornton, well, he only runs 3 routes. 3 routes is literally all he needs, right? So bringing in Thornton probably doesn't have a ton of special teams upside. Maybe as a gunner. But Thornton in this spot where, actually, can I trade? Because I kind of want to find a way to get Thornton and Jalen Lane. Can I do that? All right, who has multiple picks left? All right, so, hey. Oh, the Packers. Yeah. Browns. Browns will do something. All right. Offer trade and hence. One more time. There we go. Resume draft. All right. So I'm going to take 2 wide receivers on the back end because Speedy Naylor's actually heading into a contract year. I married a music man. Wait, did they take my guy? No, Thornton Jr. So, like Brew McCoy as well, who's also a large physical receiver at Tennessee. Like Dante Thornton, he runs 3 routes. 3 routes is all he needs. He actually only needs 1. Like he's 6'5", 205. Occasionally, we're going to toss him out there, take the top off the defense. Maybe he can be a little something else. Dante Thornton, you are in. You are a Viking. And we got 1 pick left at 257. I think it's funny that Shuck is still on the board. All right, so going down. So Jalen Lane, Middle Tennessee State, Virginia Tech, 5'10", $191. Also ran a 4.34 40. 38 catches, 466 yards, 2 touchdowns. Solid vertical threat, also as a punt returner. So we got speed for days at these 2 receiver spots at the back end. And also Lane adds some special teams upside as well. So I'm kind of happy with how this turned out. Of course, I'm happy because it's my mock draft. That's how things go sometimes. All right, so get this. Yeah, I know the Harmon pick is boring, but also I do not care. So recapping, all this happened. Checked a lot of boxes, offensive line-wise. So actually, let's look at that. So Bradbury remains, but he's probably not guaranteed a spot because Daniels and Jonah Jackson do have center experience. And you got Tate Ratledge, who's going to be a set-it-and-forget-it guard right away. Now, Ratledge probably won't make it to the 4th round, but let's just run with it here. So it could be Daniels, Jackson, Ratledge. Bradbury could be the odd man out, and maybe a pay cut or cut thing if he's not starting. So definitely work on that. And I know we didn't address corner, but you got Reed, you got Hilton, you got Nudie McLaughlin, as well as you got Mekhi Blackman coming back from injury, who they were expecting him to start last year. It's pretty important to know, right? But the picks, Derek Harmon, just a game wrecker along the defensive line. Adding Harmon to Onwuzurike and Hargrave. Woo! With LDR and Redmond, let's go. Harrison Phillips, why not? We didn't take a second running back. Oh, that's funny. I guess we effed that up. All right, so I guess we passed on the second run. All right, so just imagine we took Donovan Edwards as the UDFA. There we go. So Brashard Smith, speedy, wide receiver, running back. And I know since Brashard can play some receiver, the drafting of the 2 receivers late is sort of redundant. Don't care. I do not care. Speed kills, running down the mountain, and the Vikings have all that. So Brashard in the mix with Aaron Jones back as well as Cam Akers. Now, you didn't get that large power driver run back. We'll just pick up Raheem Sanders as the UDFA. There we go. Danny Stutzman, 2-time All-American linebacker, playmaker, tested great. I think that he brings leadership and also he's funny, legitimately funny. So him backing up Pace as well as Cashman, I think that's good to go. Kyle McCord, hey, you need quarterbacks, right? So you got Daniel Jones, you got J.J. McCarthy. You're probably going to bring back Nick Mullins, but McCord, high football IQ, Kirk Cousins comparisons, and you work his way up from quarterback 3. I don't mind it. Cameron Jackson, on the nose, physical freak, getting after things. And 6'5", Dante Thornton, run a 4.3 40. Jalen Lane, the shifty slot receiver with a return ability. I kind of like it. So we got playmakers all over the place, and we're going to be good to go. But that's it. That's at 7-round Vikings mock draft on this beautiful, glorious Monday. You guys are the best. You know what to do. Skull production value.